Meanwhile, let's talk about something strange and unexpected that happened last night on one of our competitors on the cable channel MSNBC that has nothing to do with Tim Plenty. It has to do with Keith Olbermann. He quite unexpectedly, at the end of his broadcast last night, announced that he is leaving his show, basically stepping down, and it sounds like leaving the network entirely. Let's listen to what he said.
In the mundane world of television goodbyes, reality is laughably uncooperative. When I resigned from ESPN 13.5 years ago, I was literally given 30 seconds to say goodbye at the very end of my last edition of SportsCenter. So I'm grateful that I have a little more time to sign off here. Regardless, this is the last edition of Countdown. It is just under 8 years since I returned to MSNBC.
Wow. That shocked everyone.
It was a shocker last night.
Even his colleagues are shocked.
But it wasn't a shock to one of the great television writers, probably the best television writer in the entire business, Bill Carter, who's followed the war for late night. He's written all about that. He knows he has the inside track on this. His piece in the New York Times this morning breaks it all down. He says, look, there was following the stormy relationship between him and NBC with management at the network for some time, that late last week, they had finally settled his contract that he would step down from this. And he, even Keith Olbermann at one point, saying that he felt like that this was sometimes the show had gotten the better of him, that it was too much, to use his own phrase. Too much.
Well, even his colleagues seemed a bit surprised by the announcement. Here's what Rachel Maddow, his colleague, said about his departure.
I know very little about it. All I know is that it was between Keith and the company. It didn't involve any of the rest of us, and he was really gracious and nice when he left.
It's just like a famous breakup. You want to know who dumped who.
Absolutely.
Did he dump the network? Did the network dump him? Did he get tired of not beating the Yankees and the Red Sox, i.e. Bill O'Reilly? Did he just have enough of that, or what was the last straw?
You want to know what the last straw is. Was there an event? Because you'll remember that he has had some dubs with management over the years. In fact, I think most recently in November, he was suspended for 2 days after it was revealed that he contributed to some Democrats' campaigns. So what was it that was the final straw?
He says that it was only supposed to ever be a 3-year show, and that they had this contract extension, of course, and kept continuing to go on. NBC, though, released this statement yesterday. MSNBC and Keith Olbermann have ended their contract. The last broadcast of Countdown with Keith Olbermann will be this evening. MSNBC thanks Keith for his integral role in MSNBC's success, and we wish him well in his future endeavors. We should mention that Lawrence O'Donnell will be taking over in that time slot with his show, The Last Word.
What do you think happened? Let us know. Friends at FoxNews.com. Get us all on Twitter. Plenty of fodder there. Rick Reich.